Magic, shoot my shot, then I check the shoot my shot, then I'm on to the next one. Shoot my shot, no stress when I'm these don't respect my grind. She calling rain checks, don't respect my time. Calling rain checks cause she knows she a dime. I make the bounce, I'm Bank of America. I got Sydney.
The Magic getting off the bus earlier on, a sharp-dressed and very confident group. The bustling financial district here in Canada's largest city. We're coming to you from Toronto. Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. Kevin Harlan here, joined by our analysts Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. Plus, reporting from the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, 2 years after their first title, the Raptors last season missed the playoffs for the first time in 8 years.
I agree, David. They are a quality organization. They always find a way. Thank you. Here's a look at what's coming up for Toronto. On Wednesday, it'll be the Detroit Pistons coming into town. And then on Saturday, they will start out on the road to play the Bucks in Milwaukee. A look at the starting group for the Magic. Isaac and Carter are manning the post positions. Gary Harris is out there with Fultz, and it's Porter at the small forward. And for Toronto, they've got Nikola Jokic. Chris Boucher out there with LeBron James. Then it's Fred VanVleet. And it's Flynn in at the point. And for teams already exceeding expectations, Greg, their spirits are running sky high right now.
And it's such a great feeling to come out strong. But it's hard to maintain that consistency. The teams that do, they believe in themselves and they keep playing to their strengths.
Now here's Fultz. Here's Porter. Isaac trying to break free. VanVleet against Fultz. Toronto working the ball around now. The shot. The offensive rebound from past the arc. Flynn misses. Now Porter. And it's sent back by Jokic. And here we go. Fast break. VanVleet's got it. And it's sent back by Isaac. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
Well, it can't get worse than this. 0 for 4 to start.
Good on the three-point shot. LeBron's got the first 3 points of the night up on the board for the Raptors. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Well, Markelle Fultz trying to be a better floor general, on time and on target. Do that consistently.
From deep LeBron. And again, LeBron missing.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots. There is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
And Wendell Carter Jr., not the biggest center, Greg, listed at 6'10". In fact, most reports would have him pegged at 6'9".
And Carter Jr. plays like a 7-footer. Got that 7'4" wingspan and great head on his shoulders that levels the playing field with his height.
And here's Fultz following Fred VanVleet's three. Carter, and the layup's good off the glass.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
LeBron passes to VanVleet. Back to LeBron. Launches it. Sinks the triple. LeBron's got 6.
Yeah, tireless worker. Always looking for ways to improve. LeBron James has never looked more comfortable from 3.
Here's Isaac. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's his first.
And while he's dealt with injuries, I still have enjoyed watching the growth of Jonathan Isaac. A guy entered the league. Everyone knew he could be a shot blocker, but he does so much more defensively.
And both free throws good for Isaac. You know, Greg, you got to agree that defense isn't the only area where Jonathan Isaac has improved.
And no question, Kevin, his offense has developed as well. He's becoming a more confident scorer, steadily increasing his output on that end.
Now here's LeBron. 6 points for him, and they double up LeBron. Van Vliet wide open. Good, and the assist goes to James. Van Vliet's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Raptors. Fultz against Flynn. Carter outside. Driving inside. The shot, no good. And Toronto will come the other way. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd. And that's obviously easier said than done.
I'll tell you this, it looked like they wanted to get out of town as quickly as possible. The problem is their defense went with them.
Here's LeBron after the made shot from Wendell Carter. There's the triple. Carter pulls it in. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Orlando Magic, trailing by 2. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad.
And going back to last season, they really struggled for wins. And even against a team like this with comparable talent, they didn't manage one win in the season series.
And it's Otto Porter with the foul.
First team foul.
That is his first foul of the game. Jermichael Green, he's checked in for Chris Boucher. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Mohamed Bamba, he's checked in for Carter. Okiki comes in for Isaac. Terrence Ross is checked in for Otto Porter Jr. And Anthony subbed in for Gary Harris. 5 on the clock.
2 minutes left.
Van Vliet kicks to Flynn. James has a 2-pointer. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. James has got 8 points.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
Yeah, proficiency from range, away from home, much easier said than done. They played a terrific ball game.
And I think it was clear that their plan was to attack from the three-point line, and it worked to perfection.
Trent's checked in for Toronto. And the change for the Magic. Ennis, he's checked in for Fultz. James against Anthony. And here's Green outside. For 3, Van Vliet. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. He's got 9.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now here's Anthony. Turned in an outstanding game against Atlanta. It's good.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Nice shot by James. And that's 10 points for LeBron.
250 pounds of one of the best to ever do it, LeBron James from inside.
Here's Anthony, and foul on the shot. So, and folks, the coach's challenge. Has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double-checking and the game continues on.
Craziest fans, get a free T-shirt. Let's see it, fans.
And the Raptors making a change here. Drummond's checked in. The first one falls. And Anthony drops them both. Raptors leading by 3. And there's the pass to Jokic. Just his first attempt. Kept alive. Kicks it out to James. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Jokic draws the double. Here's Trent. The 15-footer. Good.
And Jokic, with that incredible vision, quickly spots the open man.
The Magic trail by 5. Anthony, the pass to Okeke. Anthony against Jokic. Pass to Ennis. Inside. Here's Bamba. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Assisted.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And Drummond throws it down.
Well, we know that Fred VanVleet can be relied upon to find the open man. This guy's so consistently good at it.
Here's Anthony. Toronto grabs the miss. Jokic has got his 5th rebound in this one. And here's VanVleet from the arc.
I love Terrence Ross is trying to affect the shot-making ability of his opponent. He can be a pesky defender.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Toronto Raptors. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We'll return shortly. And the 2021 League MVP, Nikola Jokic, discussed what brought him to this point.
The hustle work, you know, every day, twice a day, just go out there on the court and do whatever you need to do to get better, you know, and that's what I did.
He did indeed. Those long hours, Greg, in the gym are something the fans don't always recognize.
And even for a player like the Joker, who seems like a savant with the ball, it all comes back to the work.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Yeah, the defense hasn't been there. They are getting hammered on second chance opportunities.
Guard spots filled by VanVleet and Trent. Andre Drummond is out there with Jokic. And it's Anunoby in at the small forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. It's ironic that while the league took refuge in Orlando to complete the 2020 season, the Magic has had no reprieve from the rash of injuries that affected its top young players the last few years. This team is well coached and plays hard. Hopefully their fortunes will change when it comes to health. Guys?
All right, David, thank you.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
One of the many changes in how the game is played, pace. It seems, Doris, like everyone is playing a very fast pace. How do you like that style of basketball?
Well, it is the preferred way for me to play the game and to watch the game. It gives us an opportunity to see the best athletes and the most skilled basketball players get out and flourish. The other thing is, it has been proven that the first 8 seconds of the shot clock are often your most successful shots.
Nice shot by James.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Isaac outside. VanVleet against Carter Williams. Carter, Isaac trying to break free.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one. Here's LeBron, and it's sent back by Isaac.
Well, that's 6'11", sending it back. Jonathan Isaac. Woohoo!
Carter Williams with the bucket. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. And R.J. Hampton is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. Gary Harris is checked in for the Magic. Markelle Fultz comes in for Carter Williams. Now, here's Jokic.
Markel Fultz.
This one for three. That's in. He's got two made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And the touch from deep. Jokic recognizes when he should look to shoot from that area.
You know, Greg, it is amazing the total effect Jokic has on the game.
And he's usually top 5 in triple-doubles now. He's really worked on his defense. And the scary part is he's still only in his mid-20s.
Now here's James following the miss by Otto Porter. And he comes up with the deuce. And now a 7-point Raptor lead.
Well, the mid-range shooting, LeBron James is automatic.
Out to Harris. There's the 3. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got 7 rebounds in the game. And they double up LeBron. Jokic finds James. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to go on Otto Porter Jr.
At his size, LeBron is a handful inside, and sometimes you can't help but foul him to try and prevent that easy bucket.
Some changes for Toronto. Green, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Chris Boucher comes in for Jokic. And Flynn subbed in for Trent. Now here's Fultz. An 11-point game for him in the win against Atlanta.
And it was an unselfish night for him as well. He got plenty of assists to go along with all those points.
Anunoby, he's checked in for Toronto. And a switcher also for Orlando. Anthony's checked in for Porter. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's Fultz. Over Green. Fultz, no good. Raptors leading by 9. To the paint. Got a piece of it. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
James Ennis, he'll check in for Markel Fultz. Anunoby, no good. And here's Isaac. He'll bring it up for Orlando. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
James checked in for Chris Boucher. Now here is Carter. Anthony, no one around. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Anthony's got 7 points in the game.
And not a bad passing center. Carter Jr. with the solid find there that leads to a bucket.
And the dunk by James.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Anthony against Flynn. To the inside. Here's Carter. It's hauled in by the Raptors. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. LeBron kicks to Anunoby. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. The Magic trail by 8. Down low, here's Carter. Takes it off the glass. Carter's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
Well, you know, another thing they've been having success with has been the three-point shot.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Bamba is checked in for Wendell Carter. Okeke comes in for Jonathan Isaac. And Terrence Ross is subbed in for Harris. Now here's Anthony. 7 points in the game. This is his second trip to the line in this one.
That's his second personal foul. Third team foul. Shooting for Orlando.
And the first one at the line is good.
Taking 2 shots.
So Anthony nails both of them. And so here's Toronto. 7-point differential. Anunoby finds James. Over Bamba. And the Raptors miss again.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's Anthony. Softly drops in the floater. Anthony's got 11 points.
Well, the touch and the focus. What a pretty move in the lane.
There's Green with the three. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. And we may have an injury here. That does not look good.
And I'll tell you, this is something you never like to see.
No, obviously something that, every player fears. The NBA has made player safety a priority, but injuries continue to happen.
Some changes for Toronto. Jokic comes in for Green, and Chris Boucher's subbed in for James. And the Raptors call time here.
Hey fans, who wants a free t-shirt? Time to make some noise!
Some changes for Toronto. Drummond's checked in for Jokic. Green comes in for Chris Boucher. And Trent subbed in for Flynn. And the Magic making a change here as well. Carter Williams is checked in. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Anthony with it. He's picked up by Drummond. Anthony can't hit. Toronto leading by 8. Drummond in the post. Carter Williams covering. And that one's good. Drummond.
Boy, what a physical play from Andre Drummond. Shrugs off the contact and gets the bucket.
And here's Anthony for 3. He can't get that one. He got it up. That shot off. And so it's Toronto with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks a lot. LeBron, are you getting the ball where you want to get it, and is that helping you score?
I'm very pleased with my individual performance right now, but not so pleased with how I'm trying to help our teammates. I got to do a better job of trying to get our teammates in the flow as well as keep myself in a good groove too. So hopefully I can do a better job of that in the second half.
We'll see how it goes. Thanks, LeBron. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He ended up with 22 points, 2 assists, and 1 steal. He's got one of those streaks going lately where it doesn't seem like he can be stopped. And let's get your thoughts, big fella, on the Raptors.
What stood out to me more than anything else was how hard they got after it on the offensive glass. They were keeping possessions alive and converting those rebounds into points. Take away those extra points, they're not in this position, Ernie.
Kenny, let's get your insight on Orlando.
They wouldn't be in such a deep hole if they hadn't given up so many offensive rebounds. Getting out hustled, getting moved around, losing possessions.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. It's been a clinic out there by James.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for Toronto. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Orlando, Isaac and Carter are manning the post positions. Fultz is out there with Harris, and it's Porter in at the 3. A tremendous mobile 1 block that we had to see again. Great send back.
And guys, that block could really help change the momentum of this game.
From deep. It's rebounded by Anunoby.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Here's Jokic. Plays it up and banks it in. Jokic has got the lead up to 12 now for the Raptors.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Isaac kicks to Fultz. And a wide open look for Porter. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Porter's got it back down to single digits for Orlando. It's stolen by Fultz. From outside the arc, Porter, no luck.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
And finished off by Fultz.
Boy, there's big-time athleticism in the body of Markelle Fultz. Get up, young sir.
And the Raptors call time here.
Ladies and gentlemen, your North Side Crew.
Some changes for Toronto. Andre Drummond's checked in for Chris Boucher. Watanabe's in for OG Anunoby. Raptors leading by 7. Time now for an injury report. Now an update on LeBron from David Aldridge. What'd you find out, David?
Hey guys, the head athletic trainer of the Raptors was able to give me an update. He told me it's a sprained elbow. Now they put some ice on it, and they're hoping that he doesn't have any inflammation. This is never the way you want to lead off, but they have no choice. They still have to play the games. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks for the status report there, David. At least we now know, Greg, how he's doing.
Yeah, when you talk injury, the unknown factor is always a difficult thing to deal with.
There's no question, because even if you know what's wrong, individuals have different healing times. The time frames can be totally different for similar injuries.
And they like what Harris gives them defensively. Good awareness and toughness.
I mean, he stays in front of ball handlers. Sometimes he gets hedged in pick and roll by bigger players. But overall, very sound defensively.
And finished off by Fultz.
Well, this is what's evolving over time, right? Markelle Fultz running the pick and roll, such a precise play.
Back to Flynn. Raptors moving the ball around. Here's Watanabe. They get it again. Drummond finds Jokic. Now Van Vliet. Back to Flynn. For the 3. Raptors get it back. Pass to Jokic. Goes up again. Drummond passes to Jokic. And here is Flynn. Knocks down the 3 ball. Flynn's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, that's a case where your teammates are showing trust in you, and he comes through with flying colors.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
If you look at the leaders in rebounding, it's almost a sure thing that Drummond's name is going to be near the top of that list. That's the kind of impact on the boards he's made over his career.
Some changes for Toronto. Green, he's checked in for Drummond. OG Anunoby comes in for Watanabe. And Trent subbed in for Fred Van Vliet. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Ahmed Bamba, he's checked in for Wendell Carter. Okeke comes in for Isaac Ennis. He's checked in for Otto Porter Jr. And it's Hampton for Harris. And the dunk by Hampton.
An offensive mastery right there. I mean, great move in the lane and then the flush.
With just no way for the D to handle it. Here's Green. Gets a very good look and converts. Green's got 5 now. And Greg, when it comes to players who've led the league in rebounding, very few have done it as many times as Drummond.
And of the guys that have done it more than twice, like Andre, I've got some good news for him. Every one of them is either in the Hall of Fame or soon will be.
Jokic finds Trent. There's Green with the 3. It's hauled in by the Magic.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Trent passes to Flynn. A 3-pointer is right on target. Flynn's got 6 points in the quarter.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Bamba against Jokic. Bamba dishes to Ennis. Fultz looking around. Flynn grabs the miss.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Let's remember this is 6'8" with some hops. OG Anunoby with the dunk.
The Magic trail by 9. Here's Ennis. And Ennis slams it in.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
Jokic finds Trent. Here's Flynn. Offline with his 3.
His shot's just, it's not there right now with his team leading. Perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. Maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Chris Boucher's checked in for Jokic, and it's Fred VanVleet in for Trent. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Bamba. Ross comes in for Ennis. Carter Williams, he's checked in for Hampton. And Anthony subbed in for Markelle Fultz. Here's Carter Williams. Green with the rebound. Here's Flynn. His three-pointer's off the mark. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
I think the thing I like best about Otto Porter, his versatility and long arms, because it allows him to impact the game in so many ways.
The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. The Raptors out in front. They're up by 5. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. VanVleet and Anunoby are your wingmen. Chris Boucher out there with JaMychal Green, and it's Flynn in at the point. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Boy, this guy just can't buy a bucket, and yet they have the advantage.
And finished off by Porter.
Rising to the cup, Porter showing what he can do.
Carter against Green. VanVleet outside. Beyond the arc. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 4 assists in the game.
Knocks that one down. 4 triples for the night, 3 in the first half.
Here's Carter Williams. Good chance here for Porter. Hits the front of the rim and out.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
Flynn kicks to Anunoby. Passes to Green. Shot clock at 5. Unloads from 13. That one doesn't drop. The Magic go the other way with it. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home.
Well, you know that Porter believes he belongs in this league. His efficiency and shooting the ball with confidence in the paint, that's nice.
And the Raptors call time here.
Every time out, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
And the guys get a little bit of a break. Mentally, physically, just recharge here quickly.
Jokic, he's checked in for Chris Boucher. The Magic also changing it up. Jonathan Isaac, he's checked in for Terrence Ross. And it's Gary Harris in for Michael Carter Williams. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
coach. Well, during that break, Coach Nick Nurse talked to his team, and he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed. Guys.
Thank you, David. To the middle. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got 4 assists in the game.
Plays a rugged game down low. Jokic's toughness adds character to the identity of this team.
No problems knocking that one down.
That's a huge three-pointer. He'd love to become a go-to guy for them here in crunch time.
Yeah, when he gets going, he adds another dimension to their offense that can make a huge difference when the game's on the line.
Fultz, he's checked in for Cole Anthony. Near the three-point line, it's Van Vliet. Orlando grabs the miss. Porter looking it over. No one near Fultz as he lets it go. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Toronto leading by 3. For 3, Van Vliet. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Carter's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Fultz kicks to Harris. Back to Fultz. And finished off by Fultz.
Markelle Fultz under duress. Big-time shot.
Now the pass to Anunoby. Back to Flynn. Now here's Green. He's covered by Isaac. And it's sent back by Carter. And here we go. Fast break. Fultz has got it. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by, and that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Rejected by Harris. And here's Porter. Pass to Fultz. Back to Porter. Pass to Isaac to take the lead. No good on that one. Good defense by Jokic. Raptors with the lead. Down low. Van Vliet can't get it to go.
After the strong first half, this guy has not been the same, and largely a no-show right here.
Porter against Anunoby. Porter passes to Fultz. Back to Porter. No one near him. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Fultz has got 6 assists here tonight. Toronto calls timeout. They're down by 1. 1:29 left in the fourth. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Cole Anthony.
And he's been dialed in from the field, Kevin. Good on over 60% of his attempts. They've been working the ball around well, and he's benefited with a lot of open looks. And boy, has he made the most of them.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Drummond comes in for Jermichael Green. Watanabe's in for OG Anunoby. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Van Vliet passes to Jokic. Here's Watanabe. Good on the triple. And the Raptors lead by 2.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Carter outside. There's 49 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The layup missed. Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock. They had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really want. He's got one more, though.
A nightly double-double threat. Jokic is also an exceptional playmaker for a guy that size.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. They're trailing by 3. There's 42 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
Let's make some noise. We are the 6th man.
There's 42 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Carter, the pass to Isaac. Good defense by Jokic.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Count that one from Van Vliet.
Well, Fred Van Vliet does this consistently. Big time moment. He's ready to meet it, guys.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
Ladies and gentlemen,
they trail by 6. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. .29 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And stolen by Drummond.
Orlando
and he commits
foul.
the intentional foul.
Jonathan Isaac. That's his second personal foul.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Andre
Raptors.
Drummond amongst a select group, right? The 20-20 guys. Those who can get you 20 points and 20 rebounds on any given night. There haven't been too many of them over the years.
Here's Toronto. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Jokic kicks to Flynn. Passes it to Watanabe. From deep three-point range, it doesn't go for him.
Yeah, he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
And so it's Toronto winning this one. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. LeBron, you have accomplished so much in this league. How have you sustained it for this long?
You know, it's only a select few. It's not many who make it to this point. And I would never take the game for granted. That's why I try to give everything I can till I can't give no more. And I've been around some great players, great coaches, great organizations. And for me to have this opportunity right here means a lot, and I'm very humble.
Well, we appreciate all the work you put in, man. Congratulations. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.